What did it make up?
Not America 1309.
Why is America's air traffic control system stuck in the past? Every day, tens of thousands of flights depend on a system that's been around for decades. While other industries grow more efficient with new technologies, the Federal Aviation Administration continues to rely on outdated equipment and obsolete processes. The FAA manages the largest air traffic control network in the world, but its systems are aging, inefficient, and prone to delays. For example, much of the infrastructure still relies on radar technology dating back to World War II.
Far greater than the atomic bomb, the story of radar can now be told.
Meanwhile, countries like Canada and the UK have implemented satellite-based systems that are faster, more accurate, and far more reliable. So, why isn't the US caught up? The answer can be found in the FAA's structure. As a government agency, it's bogged down by endless layers of regulation and political interference with virtually no motivation to innovate or improve. Shocker. Modernizing air traffic control requires billions of taxpayer dollars and years of planning, and every attempt to do so runs the risk of political derailment. Take the Next Gen Modernization project, which began in 2003. It was supposed to revolutionize the FAA's satellite tracking and digital communication systems. Well, a generation later, and the Next Gen project is still incomplete. Oh, and it's running billions over budget. Compare this to countries with privatized air traffic control like Canada, where similar upgrades take a fraction of the time and cost. Privatization is actually key here. Private air traffic control systems operate like businesses. They must innovate, cut costs, and deliver results in order to survive, which also improves the survival of air travel. The fact is, government-run systems like the FAA just don't face those pressures. They can limp along for decades with outdated technology because there's no competition and no incentive to improve. And the consequences are massive. Flight delays, inefficiencies, and miscommunications cost the American economy billions of dollars a year. What's more, passengers bear the brunt of these failures and canceled flights, misconnections, and endless frustration. So, why hasn't the FAA embraced privatization? Because entrenched interests like unions, politicians, and legacy contractors benefit from the status quo. Privatization would mean accountability and competition, two things these groups fiercely resist because they benefit financially from keeping things the way they are. Until these obstacles are addressed, the FAA will continue to lag behind and passengers will continue to pay the price.